So why?
You're getting that live crack from me right now.
That's a nice throwback. Why is this shit? Okay, now it's live.
You're going to get a live FanDuel lineup construction out of me, and then I'm out of here. We're going to go 20 entry max. What are these people doing?
Yeah, Dwa, what was your DraftKings lineup?
Is Andy Dalton, the Beige water pistol.
The Beige water pistol.
I have Andy Dalton.
Jaymes Conner.
Yep.
Keelan Cole, AJ Green, Jarvis Landry, Gronk, Ezekiel Elliott, and Titans defense.
Now I've got
Okay.
Andy Dalton, the Great White Hope Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook,
White Knight.
James Conner, Lawrence Fitzgerald, Juju Smith-Schuster, Sterling Shepard, Gronkowski, and the Seahawks.
Yo, I lived on the West Coast during football season because I wake up early. Well, not Jamal early, but I wake up early.
Yeah, Jamal early come on this time.
Like, people wake up to football. Like, that is just so much better.
Yeah.
Way better. You have 10 a.m. football, then you go again at 2 o'clock, and then you have late night, and you don't have to stay up till 1 in the morning to watch the game.
That's it.
And when I was in Vegas, like, having, like, the finals was on and the sun was out. I was like,
Listen.
Like, you watch the finals and you go out and
Dwa, we are gonna have to do like a gambler's trip to Vegas.
I'm trying to move out there.
I was already telling Ty we're planning on going to Jersey during March Madness, during the first 2 days of March Madness.
We're gonna be staying in your tent at Meadowlands.
All right.
I want to sit. Listen, I want to sit in the sports book all day long, first 2 days of March Madness, and just lose all my money.
Is there gonna be?
You're gonna make a lot of money because I like it.
Is there gonna be a regional fucking thing going on down there?
There might be because it's not up here.
Hopefully, that'd be dope. I really want to see that because it's not bad. You pay money, but you get to see all the games.
Yeah, I went and I saw Scotty Reynolds and Corey Fisher.
Hey, Nova.
Corey Fisher is a legend.
I saw them lose to.
You have a good character.
I love Corey Fisher. I saw them lose.
Corey Fisher is the best basketball player I've ever played against in my life.
You played against him?
Yeah, in high school.
Yikes.
He's the best basketball player I've ever guarded. Like, at the time, I mean, I've guarded Kyrie before, so I wouldn't say he's the best basketball player I've ever
Did he played at the prep?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Kyrie came a couple months, but I played him, like, back then, everyone played him.
I mean, and Kyrie's playing most times, so.
I played with Kyrie recently, too, but it's, back then, like, Corey Fisher was the most savage basketball player.
Listen, he was the reason I liked Nova for like 13 seconds because of him, because I saw him and Scotty Reynolds lose to Omar Samhan in St. Mary's in the tournament. Corey Fisher was a savage. He scored. Wasn't there a game that he scored
100 points?
Yeah, he scored 100 points.
He hit like 33s.
Yeah. Listen, I was all over that guy to be an NBA legend. He's got to be playing in like Thailand right now.
I heard he's back in the hood because he was playing at Dykeman or something.
Oh, yikes.
Playing at Dykeman sounds wild.
That's one thing I never did, and it's one of my sports. I've always wanted to play it. And now I feel like I'm too old.
Is that Jersey or Philly's version of Rucker?
No, Dykeman is
in New York City.
It's like Rucker for the number one.
Yeah.
What borough is that?
Like Bronx-ish area. All right. So after 5 minutes of behind-the-scenes banter,
you talking about 5 minutes?
We're here.
48.
That we call the Jamal special.
Right.
Jamal got the hood to the
Right. All right, let's get started because I definitely have to set my lineups too, which I'll probably be doing while we record at some point. Welcome to the Mr. Irrelevant podcast. I'm joined by some great people, and Dwa.
Good one.
All right, so again, I know we were kind of saying that we didn't really want to touch on it because I know I would say maybe most of us or all of us, we definitely kind of grew up listening to this guy's music, and his sudden passing was definitely, definitely had me in my feelings. But
rest in peace, Mackenzie Miller.
Rest in peace to Mac Miller, and his family. Condolences to everybody who knew him. Just kind of scrolling through Twitter and really kind of hearing everybody say just like what a good dude he was, just outside of music, and all that is definitely something that people are hurting with the news of that.
Rest in peace, Ariana Grande's mentions also.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was really that's really whack that people are kind of putting that on her. I mean, you don't know what their relationship was like. I'm sure for a guy who was battling, depression and things like that, I'm sure she did a lot to kind of boost his spirits and stuff like that. And
so I'm on his real ex-girlfriend. Everyone talks about Ariana Grande, but like I met Mac Miller before he was famous at Temple, because his girl went to Temple, and I guess I'm reading it right now. She finally posted like they were together for that long, and then he left her. Like they were like back and forth, and like she was like dating other people at Temple, and then like he just blew up. So like but like you can tell like that was his like main joy.
Yeah.
And I think like she just like after the Ariana Grande death, they finally started talking again. But now that shit happened, so like that shit is kind of rough.
Yeah.
I know we're not necessarily right now in the time to be talking about this, but you did mention Temple. Temple lost to Buffalo in football yesterday. I just wanted to let you know that.
I want you to know that Temple also lost me my parlay. I had Temple. I put this in on Wednesday. I had Client Driving parlay and less than teaser. I had Temple money line, Penn State money line, who won by 50. And Kentucky plus 13.5 was my favorite pick of the week. And
I told you that Kentucky shit. I thought they were gonna win too.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna win, but 13.5 was way too much for Stinks.
Listen, I read an article. This guy had me thinking I was bleeding blue. I was the biggest Kentucky fan in the world. I read this article. This guy was talking up Kentucky's running backs and this linebacker they had like they were the greatest thing since sliced bread. And once I read that, I was like, you know what? That might be the move. Shout out to me though for being on the way wrong side of that UAB Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina's starting quarterback was out, I'm pretty sure, and they beat UAB by like 20. That was the only bet that I got wrong though. The other two cashed in the Michigan.
Sportsline had that game, so I was like, I didn't bet yesterday because I'm before, but what's it called? Sportsline had Coastal Carolina play that game.
Chanticleers. UAB is back in football.
I thought that was Chanticleers.
Yeah, that
they
might
gotta
be
be
right.
Chanticleers.
That might be correct.
What the fuck is a Chanticleer?
It looks like some type of rooster thing. I'm not sure. Let's look that up. We need our version of like Savon. Like just somebody.
We can let it be Jamal.
You gotta be Stat Boy.
Right. Just look shit up for us.
That could be Marcus because he didn't talk at all the last episode. So.
Neither did Jamal, bro.
Yeah, Jamal be out here
Jamal
being
says
Meek.
3 words a pod. That's it. It's really mainly just DJ just the Todd. Actually, mainly Todd because he doesn't talk about it. Set up the topics. But other than that.
Speaking of, before we now that we're into our bag here, we got some heavyweight battles going on. Nikki versus Cardi.
I read that it was supposedly her friend.
Yeah, that Ra Ali.
Yeah,
I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so I don't know who that is.
She was just protecting Nikki though. Like
Yeah.
Cardi was trying to fight all 5 of them by herself.
How did she get a knot on her head?
Who got a knot? Cardi?
The girl punched her.
What? Damn.
Who had a knot? I didn't see it.
Cardi, apparently. Shit.
You ain't see all the
I saw one of them. It was like her knot, and then like somebody else's like massive knot on their head, and I was like, "Yo, this is wild." So wait,
there's a picture of the knot?
I think so. When did the? There's a video too, but the video.
I saw the video.
Kind of crazy to understand what's going on. When from the knot to the shoe throwing?
Oh!
When was that?
The shoe throw was when security was.
Knot is an understatement. She's growing another brain.
So what we're gonna do with this, since Ty doesn't do editing, in the YouTube thing, I'm gonna put in the link for all these things. So when you find that, send that in the group chat so I can put the link in so people can
write down the time that this happened so you know during the episode. Listen, we gotta get better at this.
10:37.
Yeah, that way you could write it in the so if people want to skip to a certain section and whatnot. This thing is
why we need Ceylon.
She's growing a knuckle out of her fucking forehead.
Alright, we're not doing these sounds.
But as I was saying, the funniest part about the whole thing was the security couldn't hold Cardi B back. Like, he was calling for help. I was like, yo, if you don't lift her load
yeah,
like, what a bum. That's the same thing that like, there was a fight at Meadowlands a couple weeks ago, last week, and it's like the old security guy, because remember, it's 4 strikes, so it's old men being security guards. They cannot stop a real fight.
No. It's not a casino until there's like.
Listen, all these people, all these security guards. This has been my like argument for the longest time. Like security guards, police officers, all that stuff. I'm not like the most in shape guy in the world, but sometimes I'll be walking around and there'll be like a police officer be in the detail for something. I'll look at him, and my guy will weigh no less than 3 bills. He'll be breathing heavy. And if something
not
happens,
doing anything and breathing heavy.
That's why they have to shoot, because these guys aren't catching anyone. They're not catching anyone. They're so out of shape. It's like these guys do all this to be in shape in the academy, and then they don't have to like
do anything.
Uphold their fitness after that. They just like, you know, not like, I'm not gonna say like eat donuts, but they literally just drive around, sit in the car, and like fast food.
The most protected place in America is any Dunkin' Donuts. Like, they will never get robbed. Nothing will ever like happen there. Everyone is safe because
you know what? If I open up a business, like, cops got to get free food. You don't have to have security.
Yeah,
cops have free food. You don't have, that is an all-time scheme right there.
I don't think cops pay for Dunkin' Donuts.
They might not, but it's true though. Like, and the same thing with any security. You know what the only listen, the only place that has people where you're like, oh shit, you don't want to fuck with these people, is always the club. The bouncers are always huge. Outside of the club, it's like the people doing security at the games and officers and people on detail. It's very rare that you see one and you're like, you know what, I'm not getting away from him. Like that. I've never run from the cops, but like that thought always comes into my head. Like, I can get away from that guy. Like every time, I'm always sizing one of them up.
Slap a cop and then run. Just see if I can make it.
You get tased.
I feel like
if you're lucky.
I feel like we need the stats on places that have been like robbed the most. So like the first thing that comes to mind for me is the TD across the street from the movie theater on Bergen and Springfield. That place has been robbed so many times, and I feel like they need bouncers. Like, they need bouncers outside the bank. What's this? Oh, okay. Good looks on the link there. What's this?
This is a police search for man who robbed Bronx Dunkin' Donuts.
No one was injured in the early morning robbery. Why would you pick a Dunkin' Donuts? Like,
this is not recent though.
Nobody's like bringing cash to the Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
yeah, they are.
Jamal, why don't you call the Crime Stoppers phone number and give them the tip?
I feel like we should call it like live on the podcast. Like, we have a tip.
It was a Boston cream.
What donuts we're missing?
Jamal, you're definitely a Boston cream guy.
Oh, no, hell no.
Bavarian cream all day. Jelly donut too. Alright. Speaking of other battles, the battle of the Aunties, Faith and Mary J. So I
I don't know what they were fighting about.
I don't know either. I erroneously said that I had Mary J winning that, but then I remembered that Faith is from Newark, New Jersey, so I'm gonna have to change.
Did you remember
my
who
pick.
Faith was getting piped by?
That's it.
Come on, I'm Team Faith.
Yeah, I got Faith going on that.
I'm gonna do it. I got faith in Faith.
And like Mary J doesn't have dance moves, so I don't know if she can dodge like punches either. So
listen, Faith had beef with Lil' Kim. People forget that.
She did.
When they were yes.
Oh, okay.
Lil' Kim was smashing Biggie too.
Oh, I mean, you know that.
Everybody was smashing Biggie.
Yep. So listen, if you're psychotic enough to have beef with Lil' Kim, who by the way is aging like whole milk and looks terrible, then I gotta take you in a fight.
You still is.
Oh, at least they ended their beef in 2017.
So Lil' Kim and
yes.
yeah,
Or 2016. Damn, that's wild.
Only took him 20 years of being dead.
All right. Now on to some. Oh wait, before we get into sports, the great reunion has happened. Drake and Meek Mill.
And of all places, this is gonna make Dwa happy. Of all places, Boston, Massachusetts.
It's like the Republicans just brought them together.
Yeah.
This was Kraft putting this together.
Did he?
Probably. He's seen with Meek Mill all the time.
He is.
He got him out of jail.
Dream Chasers.
Robert Kraft is the president of Dream Chasers.
Hey, if you don't believe that Robert Kraft has a little Snoop chain, he has to.
He definitely has one.
R.I.P. Snoop.
Shout out to Robert Kraft for being a wild Republican and being down with all the rappers.
But hold
I'm
up,
here for it.
He's a Democrat now, bro.
People forget that Robert Kraft got his Super Bowl ring taken by Vladimir Putin. People forget that.
Wait, what?
You don't know that?
What? No, what happened?
Oh man. For some reason, Robert Kraft and Vladimir Putin ended up in the same room, and he took his ring off to show it to Putin, and Putin allegedly took that as a sign that he was giving it to him, and he hasn't gave him his ring back.
This has to be fake news.
It's not. It's not.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And you can't even ask for that back on because he might slap you or something.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm definitely not asking anything back.
2013, and
my man was in the KGB. Like
back in 2005, when Robert Kraft was in Russia, a funny thing happened. Vladimir Putin stole his ring. Actually, for the past 8 years, Kraft let everybody believe he gave the ring to Putin as a gift, but the truth came out this week. Putin stole it. I took out the ring, showed it to Putin. He put it on and goes, "I can kill someone with this ring." I put my hand out and he puts it in his pocket. And 3 KGB guys got around him and walked out.
I'm not fucking around with that. My man still got the KGB security.
That's exactly how I'm gonna steal Donald's shit. Because Donald isn't good at Jersey no more.
I'm not.
Nope.
Me and DJ Academics, we can't go back home.
Nope.
I feel you.
I think Academics still lives here.
Mamba out.
Alright, is this the time for us to get Eminem up out of here?
Wait, before we do that, Jamal. Are you there, Jamal?
He's dying.
Are you hitting a blunt right now?
Yes.
I'm out of this podcast. I got places to go and people to see, so it's time for you to talk, my boy.
Eminem, yeah.
Alright, peace out, guys. Later, boss.
Deuces.
James is gone?
Yeah, he's to see the Bay.
Oh, dang. Alright, I'm out too.
Damn.
I'm just funny.
Oh, wait, let me give you my picks. I gotta give you my picks for this week.
Alright, go ahead.
NFL picks.
I haven't made picks yet, so
Let me look at the line.
I'll be doing those live. Or I'll just go off what you're doing.
3 picks each.
Giants +3.
3 picks each with the spread. I'm gonna go. Give me the Vikings. They're -6. I will take the Chargers -3.5. And give me the Rams -5.
Nice. I'm going Giants, Seattle, and the Bears.
All right, I'm gonna have to look later. I haven't looked yet.
That's with no research. I just like it.
Well, you're going Bears. What's the line on that?
7. I got them at 8 last week.
I think I like that. But I'll pick differently when we get around to that. All right. So I don't know if anyone here is an Eminem fan because there's about to be a lot of Eminem slander.
No.
James said no on his way out. So good. This is a safe space to get Eminem up out of here. Did you guys listen to the album? Nope. Yep. I kind of skimmed through it. Yeah, it wasn't for me, as some people would say. What did you guys think about MGK's diss?
So I've never really heard this before. I didn't know he could rap that long.
Yeah. Same.
Actually had his first or second album like years ago. I think the diss stuff was it was alright. It wasn't like spectacular, but it wasn't like terrible. Wait, is James still here?
No.
That was Jamal.
Yeah.
Oh,
He speaks.
Jamal, you speak. Wow. I'm just eating my lunch. I'm ready to go now.
My man was eating lunch the whole time. No, but yeah, I mean, MGK has had like some hits, and I think he was one of those people who probably could rap, but it just wasn't coming across in music because no one's looking for him. But yeah, he definitely kind of sat down and made sure he got his shit off.
Well, I remember he had that song with Waka back in college.
Oh, Wild Boy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had some stuff. Scam Likely is calling me right now. We're gonna let that pass. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's something that he may not win the battle, but I mean, sorry, he'll win this battle, but he may not win the war. But I think that's pretty good for MGK. Like, again, I think we all kind of know that he's not the greatest, but I mean, for the fact that nobody's ever really come at Eminem, all because Nas said that Eminem killed Jay-Z on Renegade, and that made everybody afraid to go at him. I mean, I'll take that for MGK.
Look, all I'm saying is, what's it called? Stinks.
Eminem?
He's completely aged horribly.
Very.
Like, music, he not even just music, just as a rich person.
As a rich person.
Like, no one knows what he's doing. He's still angry. Like, why are you angry?
Yes.
Just stop bitching.
Like,
I don't want to hear you mad. I want to hear you, like, teaching people how to make it or something.
yeah, and talk your shit. I mean, Shady Aftermath, you had literally one of the biggest, like, musical artists in 50 Cent, and, you know, the whole G Unit camp. Like, you have a legacy outside of your career that you can be a boss about, and again, you're out here, like MGK said in the song, like you're sitting here trying to like prove yourself. And I think to what you said, it's a good transition into our dearest New Jerseyan Joe Budden and everything that he said on his podcast. he's like, you try to consider yourself to be in Jay-Z's, even area in terms of being a rapper, but Jay-Z's not out here trying to prove himself on the songs that he's doing and shit like that. He's chilling. Like, so if you think that you're really that caliber, then why are you out here with fucking Kamikaze sitting here yelling at people about how great you are, like, and chasing all these fucking pop hits, which all fucking suck. Like, he had maybe one pop song with, like, the shit that he had with, what's her name? Dido or whatever. Back in the day, he had the shit with Skylar Grey, with Pink, and that's it.
Eminem since cleaning out my closet. I've never understood why people like him so much. But I just let people rock.
Yeah. So do you guys think that, so basically Joe Budden, the gist of what he said was that this past decade that he believes that being Joe, believes that he's been better than Eminem this whole time. The question of him stepping out of retirement, that I guess if Eminem essentially says kind of one more thing, then he'll come out. So I personally don't think Eminem is going to respond, but I'm obviously very much cheering for Joe to come out and wash him.
Well, the thing about Joe is that he has a valid point, though. Like, people don't realize how much content Joe has in his music, but he always get overlooked by the other members of Slaughterhouse at the time. So, I mean, for the past 10 years, he can make it hard.
Nah, Joe Budden was the most famous one in Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, in terms of the lyrics, though, like, the others really were better lyrically than Joe Budden. So.
And even in terms of beef, like, I mean, shit, like that's Joe Budden's entire career is beefing with people and going back and forth on disses. And if you listen to like the battles he's had with people, you listen to his diss to Jay-Z, you listen to his beef with fucking Ransom and Saigon and The Game, like he held his own, if not like did some damage in that. And like I was saying, I mean, no one's ever kind of come at Eminem. Eminem hasn't been part of a beef. We've always given him credit as being this lyrical guy, and so people have stayed away because they're like, oh, I don't want any parts of that. But if they were in an actual beef, I think Eminem would be outside of his, his comfort zone. Because like Joe was saying, you can't do that lyrical miracle
if Eminem comes
shit.
out, period, of his house, he's out of his comfort.
That's true. So I think in general, the Mr. Irrelevant podcast is out here canceling people, and I think we can add Eminem to our canceled list there. All right, magical. He's canceled. All right, to some football here. Let's start with the holdout here, because I think we'll all be on the same page with that. So the Steelers are being very stingy here with LeVeon. In a way, I can understand it because it's a running back, and this is what teams do with running backs. It's a short shelf life in terms of a career. Usually when a guy gets close to 30, he's already on the decline. And, I think these teams kind of take the approach that I don't want to pay you, max money for what's going to be less production. But at the same time, for a running back, you're getting most of that production when they're getting paid nothing on their rookie deal. So, if he winds up leaving the Steelers, somebody's going to throw him the bag. But I am definitely a fan of these guys actually sitting out games and, calling these teams bluff, like, all right, get it done without me. Watching fucking ESPN and all that, they pointed to the whole stat where, like, when Ben, Antonio Brown, and LeVeon play, they have like 1 or 2 losses or some shit like that. But then when only one of them's out, they're like close to 500. And so I think he sits out for like a week or 2 just to show them he's not playing. And
he's going to sit out to week 10 or get traded.
Well, I think I saw on ESPN.
If you're going to miss games, you might as well just rock out.
Yeah.
I heard he's going to lose, what, 852,000 today? It's for not playing?
Yeah, I don't see that thing anymore. So what are your thoughts here? Do you think the Steelers are, so I mean he can't get anything this year, and I think they still have him on the tag, so he can only sign the tag. Do you think he stays in Pittsburgh? Do you think he winds up hitting free agency and going elsewhere?
He's definitely not staying in Pittsburgh. I don't really think that's the Steelers aren't even going to offer him a contract. So,
any thoughts on who might bite and pay him? Ooh, Colts. I like that. I think Weston could probably use him. I don't know what their running back situation is. Well, no, they're probably not going to do that. They don't have a quarterback yet. But I was going to say like the Ravens.
They have a quarterback there too.
Joe Flacco's a scrub.
I mean, the scrub is a quarterback.
Not past this year.
No, every team has a quarterback except for like next year. No team right now doesn't have a quarterback for except the Jags, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think they believe in Bortles more than me.
Yo, Bortles gonna throw for one.
See, but I think that's one of the things with quarterbacks, though. I feel like it's one of those things where if you have somebody decent, like a Blake Bortles or like an Andy Dalton, like or the way the Washington football team had looked at Kirk Cousins, like you may not be enamored with him like that, but you kind of look at it like, well, fuck, he's kind of getting it done. We don't want to take the gamble of trying to like go out in the draft and try to do better, so we'll stick this out until it is what it is. Now, the only difference is that the Jaguars paid Blake Bortles. I mean, not paid him. They picked up his option, right? Yeah. So, I mean, they're probably going to try to ride that out. I mean, Jalen Ramsey himself was like, like he showed us something in the playoffs, but he tries, basically. All right. So, I mean, I would say I could agree with that I don't think he stays with the Steelers. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't be, I don't know. I mean, I think usually some of those moves happen within the division, but I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily a fit for any of those teams. Like I was saying, like maybe the Ravens, especially if.
No, if the Steelers trade him, it's going to be outside of the conference.
Well, I don't know that they're going to trade him because it's going to have to be like a Khalil Mack type of thing where the minute you trade him, you're going to have to like extend him. So I think he hits free agency. I think he should sit out. Like, because here's the thing for him, being a running back, you need to make sure you're healthy. Like, there was a tweet that I found that it was basically saying like, NFL career sucks because basically you get underpaid in your rookie deal. Your whole job is to get to a second contract, but no matter how good you are, if you get hurt at any point in time between that, like you're fucked, and you're gonna wind up, getting lowballed on your second deal. So I mean, as a running back, who's still pretty young, I think he's 26. Like, you need to go into free agency healthy. And, again, somebody's going to throw you the bag. And I guess since I've said it twice now, I guess I'm going to go ahead and say the Ravens. I think it'd be decent to have a nice, like, run game if you're going to have...
But they already have a really good run game, though.
Who are their running backs?
Alex Collins.
Who?
But Alex Collins has been really good. So, I mean, you might not know who he is because you don't watch football. You just watch football. He's a 1,000-yard runner. They're not going to pay extra millions of dollars for a guy who's going to get you 200 more yards. This organization is too smart. They like cheap, being cheap. So I guarantee you he's not going there. He's going to go to the Colts because Jim Irsay is a druggie and pay for success.
Shout out to ESPN having like a gambling section now. They couldn't wait for this whole gambling shit to be a thing.
Already has a gambling television show. Like it's called CBS HQ. It's just all gambling all day.
They couldn't wait. And this was the dumb thing about like the fact that it wasn't a thing. I don't know what that noise is. Someone dying over there. There's just so much money in it, and again, you can make a whole TV show out of it because everybody's been on this shit, just from a offshore betting site standpoint. I was like, again, I mean, it's good now that it's a thing. Because didn't the NFL make like a deal with was it MGM? I think. I thought they did. All right, where do I go to? Where's the premier place to go to for like spreads and all that, like to look up what that is? I need to make my.
I have an app called Sportsline, which is through CBS. They have all the information you need. Covers. It's free. They have good information.
All right, I'll have to make my my picks. What do we think about Earl Thomas being back?
I think he's a pussy for coming back.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, he's playing today. It's just like, if you're going to eventually come back, what's the point of even holding out?
Yeah. And
it's like being in a relationship and saying you're never going to come back.
I like that analogy. Yeah, but I think too, one thing that kind of sucks about that is, I mean, we've been sitting here talking a whole bunch about the NFL, about the fact they don't have guaranteed contracts. They have all these injuries. You got like all the anthem shit. And I mean, Richard Sherman himself said it, that he thinks that there's going to be a lockout. It's like, how do you guys look going into this lockout if you can't even fucking hold out for a contract? Like, if you're just going to come back with your tail tucked between your legs.
Richard Sherman doesn't understand. There's definitely not going to be a lockout. They could even come together and decide whether they want it to be or not.
Yep.
Everyone's under the picture.
And so that's actually a good point, too, because, I mean, when you talk about fans and fans being upset about all the shit going on with, like, Kaepernick and whatever, it's like, why should I make this, like, definitive line in the sand to be like, all right, I'm not watching, when you guys as the players can't even fucking do that. So, like, cool, if you could do it, then I'll be here to support you, but if you're gonna walk back with your tail tucked between your legs and just fucking give in, then nah, like,
we got bills to pay, bro. And this is my whole thing why I have boycotted the NFL. It's like most of these companies probably feel this way. I mean, Nike could feel the same way, but they made a business choice. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? My employers will probably feel the same exact way. But guess what? They are one of the few employers in America that employ black men and make them millions. So at the end of the day, just stand for their little flag, keep pushing. We can at least there's more awareness behind it, but the awareness needs to happen with it. And work with officials who really want to help. You know what I'm saying? Like push forward. There's nothing you can do because people are gonna be mad, people are gonna be happy, everyone's gonna have different opinions. So as long as there's awareness, it's the most you can really do.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, so that bridges perfectly into the Nike and Cap thing. I think everybody, for the most part, can see that this was a business move, and that, you know, they kind of killed two birds with one stone, and that they wound up, I guess, quote unquote, being on the right side of history, you know, with this whole social bit. And I think some people might feel a certain way about Kaepernick making money off of all of this, but I mean, for the sacrifice he's making with no longer having an NFL career, I think he deserves that much.
Today is Colin Kaepernick was already getting paid by Nike this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Like they didn't drop him.
He's just the face of it, so they just extended the contract he already had. So
yeah, I heard Adidas and Puma were like trying to grab him too, and I guess that kind of made Nike have to say like, all right, what are we gonna do here? Are we gonna extend them, or you know, we're going to let them go elsewhere? And the Puma thing actually probably would have been a decent look because, you know, they have Jay-Z as a consultant and, you know, they're back in the basketball arena. So that might have been a decent kind of look too. But, I mean, yeah, it's a business move. Obviously, it's something that maybe in the beginning, you know, may not yield them much. But you know, they obviously have done their research on the fact that they think it's going to be fruitful. One thing that I've been saying about all this shit with the anthem and the protests and people boycotting the NFL, there's more people boycotting on the side of Kaepernick than there are people who are boycotting because of the anthem. So again, I think it'll be something that's fruitful for them, for both sides, for Kaepernick, for Nike. You know, I didn't get to watch the ad that they took out before the game on Thursday, but I don't know.
Yeah, they OD, bro. They had that commercial playing every 5 minutes.
Smart by Nike, though.
Yeah, I mean, they been benefiting off black people their whole career. So it's pretty shitty.
I mean, I guess the one good thing to say about it is that you have someone as big as Nike being on Kaepernick's side. You know, going up against Trump, going up against the NFL. You know, at least you have somebody who's with money, with power, who can kind of validate him to white folks. But I don't know. We'll see what comes out of it. Well, no. Apparently, I have some friends who aren't on board, I guess. So we won't go into that. But again,
people that you're friends with that aren't on board. Why?
Well, I don't know. I saw a Facebook status that I didn't agree with, but you know, to each his own, I guess, to be politically correct.
Good God, you better friends, OG.
Hey, you know, I feel you. All right, let me make.
Get a cut.
Look, Horton's coming next week. We build. He's gonna swing by the crib. We're gonna build, and I'm gonna get a nice shape up. Literally like 5 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm right next to Providence. All right. Whew. So all right, if I'm taking this is live learning for me. So if I'm taking the spread, then if I'm not taking the spread, then how do I phrase that? So like this Texans Patriots thing is.
No one cares about that because no one's gonna pay for it. You gotta put, like, for the Texans game, if you're taking the Patriots, you gotta pay $300, 3 to 1. So you gotta put up $3 just to get one. It's not worth it.
Cause like, so this is saying they're 6.5, but like,
yeah,
I don't think that's gonna be.
Then you take the Texans.
Okay. So I take the Texans. So that would be Texans money line, right?
No, you'd be Texans with the spread.
Texans with the spread. Okay, we're doing that.
And then if you take that, then New England can still win, but you can also win.
Yeah, if they lose by they cover. Yep, there we go. Look, learning.
Yeah, I'm going to be teaching gambling classes at universities one day.
Hey, I mean, I have a book on it.
Literally what business classes are. They just made up some shit. Business is literally just made up gambling.
Made up.
Just betting on companies, and all the stock market is about emotion. Like Nike went down $3 just off emotion, and then now people are like, oh shit, it actually was a good idea. So now their stock price is going back up. Everything's off emotion. It's all fake.
And then that first day, like, everybody went down, so it wasn't like it was just like a Nike thing.
Adidas is still going down.
As they should be. We're anti-Adidas over here.
No, we're not. I love Adidas. Speak for yourself.
That's a good bag, though. That's a good bag.
No, I like Adidas. We got to cancel Under Armour for like their shoes though, but
Yeah, I have my shoes.
except for the Kent Bazemore 6s, those are flames. Oof. What is this Cardinals line? That's
1 point.
That's stupid. I'm taking the R's in that one.
Who's the R's?
Washington football team. Their team name is racist.
Oh wow. Yeah, it is. They stand for the flag though, so it's fine.
Dan Snyder literally is like tied for like the worst owner in sports.
He's probably the best, bro.
I still haven't forgiven him for the bag he gave to Albert Hainsworth.
Bro, why not, bro? That was a good pickup. It's the same thing they're doing with Aaron Donald.
I mean, but I think Aaron Donald would be worth it. Maybe not like completely.
At the time, everyone thought Albert Hainsworth would be worth it.
Yeah.
No one knew in the background he was doing hella drugs.
Albert Hainsworth was bugging.
Actually, sorry, he's getting beat up by women. His girls beating him up.
Albert Hainsworth was a joke. I'm surprised Revis never played for them. Like all the bags they've been giving out.
Revis, I don't know. I mean, they just want to win, bro. We can't hate on it.
Hey, listen, they're finishing last in the NFC East this year, so.
I don't think so.
I've decided to have moderate faith in the Giants.
They're winning today outright. This is being recorded on Sunday, so.
And then I'll actually try to put this out today. So while I'm watching the Bucks lose, just so we can be out here on these things. And then I need one more. Wow. I think some of these lines look stupid, but then I mean I'm sure Vegas knows this 20 times better than I do. So.
What line do you think looks stupid?
Panthers Cowboys.
What's stupid about it?
3 on the Panthers?
3 means it's an even game. The home team always gets 3 points.
I don't think the Panthers are good, though.
Yeah, but it's not about what you think. It's about reality. And at the end of the day, Panthers and Cowboys are both equal level teams.
So wait, what's this mean on this Dolphins-Titans that is 0?
It's a pick-up. There's no spread. So you just pick.
They just like threw their hands up with it like, we don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, before it was 1 and then it got pick.
Alright.
It's not good for the game. I'm taking the under.
Alright, so I'm taking the Cowboys on that. So I'm going against the spread on all these games. I guess is the way to phrase it.
What do you mean against the spread? I'm confused. You're taking the spread.
But I'm taking the Cowboys, not the Panthers.
Yeah, that means you're taking the points. That doesn't mean you're going against the spread. If you're going against the spread, that means you're taking the point.
I'm very confused. This is going to take a while for me to learn. No, because on CBS, it just has the spread and then the over line. It doesn't have the money thing on the thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, because no one takes money lines unless you're like the guy James was talking about earlier who put $2,500 up.
And it lost. That still doesn't make sense to me because like why would you put all that money on the favorite when like you have to put so much just to win something?
Would you put $25,000 in a bank?
In the bank?
Yeah, like in your savings account. Would you do that?
I mean, in theory, no.
So you would never have money in your bank?
I mean, I would, but like if I'm just given a lump sum, like I think I'd put.
Where would you put your cash? Where are you gonna store your cash?
In the shoe boxes and under my mattress.
See, that's different. In his head, he would rather take that $500 that's more than the interest at his bank. And honestly, Roger Federer losing to that guy is probably the same probability that there's a run on the bank in the next couple days.
But he's paying $25,000 just to win $500.
Yeah, so that means that's better than the interest in a savings account.
But you're losing all that. I don't know. Like, why does that not?
No, it's $25,000.
Yes.
To get back $25,500.
Oh, so you get your money and the $500?
Yeah, you're not just losing money.
Oh, okay. But on the other side of it though, all right. So if that's what that was for Roger Federer, imagine the shit on the other side.
Yeah, it probably would have been 25 to win like 100,000 something.
Listen, to quote a great philosopher, scared money don't make none.
And that wasn't scared money. It was like put 25,000 on a favor just to win 500.
Maybe it makes sense in my head to just go the underdog because like I want to like more than double what I'm putting in, but
and you'll more than lose your money.
yeah, that's true. I mean, again, scared money don't make none. Like
underdog doesn't win most of the time.
but I mean, that's what I would be in it for to like try to make myself feel like I'm smarter than Vegas.
Some people only bet a couple times a month. The underdogs that are and they're pretty profitable. So
Yeah, that'll be me.
I love dogs.
All right. Anything we missed out on? Anything you guys want to add?
It's 15 minutes to kick off. It's time for me to do some push-ups. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
And football's here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at my mom's house now. Livingston, New Jersey.
Hey.
The safest town ever. I don't know why they lock the doors here. Because I don't lock the doors where I live. And I live next to the river. So,
You live next to me. Listen, there's a little river that's protecting you from the riffraff.
riffraff. There was some guy raped some girl in Branchbrook Park yesterday.
Raped a girl in Branchbrook?
Yeah, I don't know how you get off raping someone in Branchbrook Park.
Yeah, like broad daylight. Why are you in Branchbrook Park too? Like
I've never seen anyone in that park before. I've been there once for a cookout, the family cookout.
I've only ever been there for the skating rink.
Yeah, they do have the skating rink there.
That's wild.
Like the only thing that's over there in Newark is that big ass cathedral.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's all North Newark has going for it, and that is next to EO, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but...
I was about to say, why are you putting that as a plus?
Well, and Bloomfield, and
Bloomfield is there.
yeah, Calandras. Calandras is a good old Italian bakery up that way. Yeah, that's all I got for you with North Newark.
I mean, there's Hispanic women there too. That's your thing. I know that's
Jamal's thing, definitely.
Definitely people in this conversation's thing. So
Jamal be out there scouting.
Last question.
Yep.
One question. Gillislee or Kerryon Johnson?
Who is Kerryon Johnson?
He was the number 1 draft pick of the Lions. He's really good from Auburn.
Ooh. So wait, him or who?
Michael Gillislee, because I refuse to start Isaiah Crowell.
Wait, Gillislee's on the Saints now, right?
Yeah, they only have 2 running backs.
Yeah, but you know they're using the fuck out of Kamar.
I don't know that. I don't think so.
I know so.
Why do you know so?
Because, like...
What information do you have? What data?
We fucking get blown out by them twice a year. Like...
When do they ever when has Kamara ever gotten a game of 20 touches? Or when
So he doesn't get running back touches because there was a nice little stat that he's never had more than 12 carries in a game.
That's my point.
But he gets receptions.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away from Michael Gillis.
Listen, Tampa has the worst fucking secondary in the world. Like Drew Brees is not handing the ball off today.
Tyrone, you're not listening. I'm not saying Kamara or Gillis. I think they both have value, just like Mark Ingram and Gillislee. They're the only running back tandem that you can literally have both of them and just start them.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to be Gucci.
Yep.
I'm saying I think Gillislee gets a touchdown today.
Versus, is Kerryon starting?
I don't know. They have 20 running backs there.
Yeah. Yeah. What's their running back situation like?
I don't know, but he's the best one. I don't know if this is the week. I'm starting Gillislee. It's it. I just talked myself into it.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I have any questions on my. Ooh. Do I believe in Sam Darnold?
No, not this week. But I do like the Jets to cover that. Actually, I like him. I don't think he's under anything. He'll be alright.
But I have Dak too, so I think I'm good on that.
I think he's better than Dak.
Yeah, I'll see how Dak does, but it's good to know I have him. I was very much taking a risk there in Sam Darnold. All right, Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper.
I don't think there was any risk
Yeah, basically, I did. Cooper
So
Cup,
there's no risk.
Bears D. All right, I'm good in that league. Yeah. Oh wait, I think you guys said this was a league. I had sent a question about the receivers. My receivers are trash in this league though. Goodwin, Galladay, Shepard, DJ Moore, Cortland Sutton, Sterling Shepard. If I didn't say that. Alright, I guess I'm gonna stay with them. Why'd I get Tyler Eifert in this league? I'm trash.
Because he's really good when he plays. If he is out,
But he's always out.
he might give you a good 5 games.
I did get Cam Brate, so I'm protected.
I mean, he doesn't start, so that was his last pick.
Cam Brate?
Yeah, he doesn't start.
I mean, he's holding off O.J. Howard for a reason.
No, he isn't. He doesn't start. O.J. Howard starts.
They both start.
No.
They do. I'm a Bucks fan. They both start. They use two tight end sets.
Nobody starts a game in a 2 tight end set. No Sickle does that in 2018.
Well,
They say that
Cam Brate's over him.
No, you don't know anything. And I'm off this.
Oh wait, so the Lions are technically starting LeGarrette Blount, but Kerryon Johnson is number 2. Wow, they still have Theo Riddick and Amir Abdullah.
Yeah, Amir Abdullah's just a kick returner.
Basically, this team is buns now.
They'll be alright for sure. I think
And
they'll be
then
better than the Vikings. Hot take.
yeah, I'm not cheering for the Vikings because I've decided I don't like Kirk Cousins as well.
Wait, who plays tonight?
Bears, Packers. All right, I need 10 minutes to.
10,000 people over to give me free drinks. So Jamal, if you want to be one of those people.
I need 10 minutes to find a stream to watch my Bucks lose. I bid you.
VIP box. I already have my red zone stream on. I'm at my mom's house because I want to watch Giants with no delay.
She's on CBS at 4 o'clock, by the way.
Who cares?
Who are they playing?
Chargers.
Oh, let's go Chargers.
Who cares? Who cares?
All right, deuces.
Why did they even have that game up? Adios.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes, that's what.